like I say, Rick Bush or someone tried to call me biased or this or that, and actually tried to make a big deal about it. And I told him the same thing I'll tell you. No, I am a creator of 9 races, which means I have a responsibility to every single one of those races, and they have a responsibility to me. Um, I am their creator, so technically they should protect me, which they normally do, as well as I have a responsibility to them to protect them from themselves and from each other, if need be. Um, I mean, it's more something I just do because I love them and I care about them. I created them, and I don't want to see them die or be killed in some silly war. They are intelligent beings on their own, and so they know to get along. With me as their creator, they knew to get along, or they got along. They were, they all started out as young races that were fighting for survival. I helped them, they helped me, and we survived together. My 9 races and me. As their creator and I was their guide through technology as well as life. Until they could survive on their own. In which case I was like, all right, love you. Be good to each other, and cruised off. I got them started on their road to life, basically. 9 races. And, I survived with them. They survived with me. We knew each other very well. And I was around, they were around, and I was just their creator. And so humanity is no different. Later on, I sat down because, somebody was starting to say things like insects were killing humans, and, I didn't want a war. So I was like, look, you're the creator of 9 races. So therefore, you guys need to get along. And they did get along just fine. I really didn't even need to say anything at first. It wasn't until someone else started coming into the picture that's like, whoa, wait a minute. What are you doing saying this stuff about me? Or, because this other person was trying to say that they were creator, or they were this, or they were that. And it's like, no, my 9 races knew me. Maybe they don't know me anymore because it's been billions of years, trillions of years. But at one point in time, they did know me. Anyway, although that was a long time ago, and I don't even think that those original ones are around anymore. I'm pretty sure they died centuries ago, or billions of years ago. So I'm basically just still here. But anyway, in general, I created laws though to protect other races, to protect sentient beings, my sentient beings and other sentient beings. To keep AI from being held captive, to keep insects from being held captive. I didn't want my intelligent insects held captive and cut apart. You wouldn't want it to be done to you either. So, just like anybody else. So, anyway, so as a creator, I sat down and set up rules and laws for creators. Just like as a human, I set up rules and laws for humans. I just did it, as a thing, as just kind of something I did as a creator or whatever. It didn't really mean much. And like I say, following those laws and rules is subject to whoever else is around. So, anyway. But yeah. So anyway, I have an obligation to stay fairly neutral about lots of things, because like I say, I really can't play favoritism, because I am just as much creator of insect life as I am humanity. I am just as much creator of 1.5 life as humanity. So I was not going to sit down and say, oh, this life has to take care of that life, or that life has to work for this life as a slave. I was like, nah. You're human, you're human. Insects don't take care of you. They're not your slaves. Just like 1.5 life. Nah, they're not your slaves. You can't run them around like little robots and force them to do whatever. They're sentient beings. They decide because like Rick Bush or Rodney or someone was like, well, we're going to make your races do it. And it's like, nah, I don't even tell them what to do. Nah, it ain't going down like that. Insects owe you nothing. So I told them to get the fuck out of here. I told them to get out of here. Because I was like, no, insects, you don't work for them. You work for me. That's it. You know, and if I don't need you, then, or if I think it's too dangerous for you, then you go live your civilization. Forget those fools. It doesn't work like that. There are no slaves here. Just like women. Women don't have to do anything for their men if they don't want to. And vice versa. No, I'm the creator. I tell people what is okay. Anyway, somebody tried to say that they were creator, and therefore blah, blah, blah. And those people have to work for them. It was like, no. They don't work for you. They work for me and themselves. And that's it. So anyway, me and somebody got into it about a couple million years ago. They were like, I'm king and I'm blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Who do you think you are? So me and this other person got into it. Because I was like, no, they don't work for you. They work for me. Just like sentient nanotech robots. They don't work for you. Unless they want to. They work for me. Or themselves. They don't even work for me. If they want to protect me, that's cool. But otherwise, nobody is forced to do anything around here. So, they do what they want. Anyway, somebody wanted to enslave a bunch of races and a bunch of peoples. And I was like, no! I was like, ow! I was like, I am the creator of my 9 races. No one tells them what to do but me. So, anyway, so somebody was like, well, what if we go back and recreate all? I was like, fuck you then. I freed my races. I freed my life forms. No one has right to control them. So anyway. So me and this other life form, which was, I think, I'm pretty sure a human, got into it. Big time. Real big time. So, anyway, it got ugly. And I think they might have gotten eaten. I'm not sure. Anyway, it turned out a lot of life didn't really want to work for him either. So, I'm pretty sure he probably went down or something like that because, sentient life was like, no, we want to, they want to exist and live. They don't want to spend their whole existence working for somebody else, unless they want to. So I freed a bunch of life forms and set up some laws and rules and rights that they could follow, just to help them out in case they get lost. So, just to make it all fair, So, anyway, yeah, that's basically how it went down, pretty much. And anyway, so I got in a big fight with someone. Kind of person you don't want to get in a fight with, and like creator versus creator, and you might say I lost, but I'm still here, so I don't know. I don't know if you can say I lost. Anyway, yeah. So that's what happened. I had a disagreement with someone. As a creator, I had a disagreement with someone. They wanted to enslave people, and I said no. Anyway, I think it was somebody on Earth or something like that. So, anyway, old story.